The VAR Show. The one place for your weekly football update.
So, hello everyone, welcome to the VR show, the show which talks about football in detail. So, today we have an avid Manchester United fan who goes by the name Rakibul, also known as Rocky, who is a very, how do you lay it out? He's a very enthusiastic Rooney supporter. So, welcome to the show, Rocky. Please tell us something about yourself.
Thank you for inviting me. I guess you got my name wrong. My name is Rakibul Rocky, and as you said, I'm a big Rooney fan, which is true, and I'm also a big United fan. I've been supporting United since 2004 or 5, I guess, and I just graduated recently, and then right now I'm just staying at home, self-isolated, and I'm glad that you invited me to your show.
Okay, and tell us something like how did you start supporting United?
Well, so I guess I was in grade 4 or 5, and back then, some of the senior students, they were watching football match, and I didn't know, I knew what football was back then, but I never had any favorite team or team that I could support. So they were watching, I guess, Manchester versus Chelsea at that time, and then so I sat beside one of the senior students, and he was supporting United, and then I guess that my United won the match. Okay, so after that, I kept watching United for a few more games. And at that time they were really at their best. Rooney, Ronaldo, Carlos Tevez, Berbatov. They had very good attacking lineup, and also in the midfield they had very good players, and in the defense they had Ferdinand Vidic. So they're really good. So overall the team was really good. So I guess that's how I fell in love with United, and now I'm just a diehard fan.
Those are the glorious times. Now it might be very difficult to be supported.
Well, every team they have their ups and downs. We had our glory days, but now we are having I would say a bad time. But never mind, we'll take it. Our time will come. We are, I guess, the new United teams looks promising. I guess the ShouldSolskjaer, he's building something good for United. So I really hope they build a good team and start winning trophies. That's what I want.
So what do you think of this season of United? What do you think of United's season so far this season?
Well, this season it has been we had our ups and downs. We never had any good run of games. We couldn't be consistent enough. We lost few games. We won few games. We drew few matches. And the main problem for United, I guess, this season so far was finding their consistency, which they weren't able to do it. But after bringing in Bruno Fernandes, I guess our team is really there, striking right now after we got Bruno Fernandes. So I hope now we can find that rhythm, can find that consistency, you can win more matches, and win some trophy.
So do you expect to win some trophies this season?
Well, I guess if I'm not wrong, I guess we are still in the FA Cup.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah.
So we are still in the FA Cup. We top 4 was very much possible for us, but I guess due to this COVID-19, everything was cancelled. So I guess we could win FA Cup, we could win Europa Cup, and maybe if we can get into top 4, that would be a very good season for us. and then take this momentum into the next season, bring in players. Like according to me, I guess we need 2 or 3 good signings. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, what he has done so far, I feel his signing was good. Like previously, the managers we had, what do you call Moyes, and then Van Gaal, Jose Mourinho, all the managers we had, they brought in like different type of players, which really didn't suit United at all, and that's how like we wasted a lot of money in the transfer window. There was like very bad decision by the board, and right now, so after all of Venezuela came in, he he brought in like youth players, which player having like good potential, and then they are really having the desire to win, having that hunger, which is very important for United. So I guess right now, if he continues to do that, maybe we will be successful for sure.
So for our listeners, those who do not know what kind of performance United are doing this season, they are currently fifth in the table. They have played 29, won 12, drawn 9, lost 8, and they are in the quarter-final of the FA Cup. They have to play Norwich City, and they are in the last 16 of the Europa League, and they defeated LASK away, I think, by 5-0, and they have to play the home game, which I think will take place after the pandemic is over. So as we are talking about Ole, as you're saying, Ole is doing good. So how would you rate, or what do you think is a good season for Ole this season?
Well, like I said, if he can get United into top 4, if he can win maybe one trophy, maybe a FA Cup or Europa Cup, if he wins one trophy and like get into top 4, I think that will be a pretty decent season for United and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So what I feel, maybe if not FA Cup, maybe I think they should go for Europa, because like if you win the Europa, you're automatically going into Champions League, right? So I guess they should go for Europa Cup rather than going for FA Cup. If they can go for both, that's very good. And then I also feel that Champions League is very important for United. It actually is very it's very important for all the clubs, because they can generate more revenues, they can have more matches, they can attract big players if you're in Champions League. So I guess it's very important for United to be in the Champions League next season.
So do you think maybe if he wins an FA Cup but fails to qualify for the Champions League, it's a failure?
Well, I would say yeah. It's gonna be a failure if he doesn't qualify for the Champions League, because our main goal right now is to go back to the Champions League and start playing our best football possible. So I guess being in top 4 is very important for United right now.
So if suppose he does not qualify for Champions League, maybe due to other teams' brilliance or maybe United's bad performance, do you think he should be replaced come the end of the season?
Well, no, I don't think he should be. He shouldn't be replaced. As we know, like Rome wasn't built in a day. He should be given time and support. I guess he has the ability to do something good for United. And as we know, he was an ex-Manchester United player. He has that United DNA, and I guess he should be given time. If you see what our philosophy was, like sticking to the manager, from like bringing in the youth, developing them. That's what United used to do under Sir Alex Ferguson, right? So when Sir Alex came in, I don't know which year, probably in like early 90s. But so when he came in, I guess he didn't start winning trophies like right away. He took his time. He had to like develop the players, lay out his plans, and that's how he got his success like over the time, right? So it's like it's not something you can do overnight. It's a long process. What I would say to all the United fans is that like wait have patience. Our time will come for sure. And right now, all you can do is like keep supporting your team.
So by any chance, maybe I don't know, very unfortunate decision. And what if Ole is given the sack? Whom do you have any manager in mind?
Well, yeah, definitely. There was there were a lot of rumor about Pochettino. Like some people, there some pundit, like some pundit, they were telling that Ole should be replaced, and some are telling that no, he should stay and he should be given some time and support. So right now, I feel if he gets sacked, Pochettino would be a very good replacement.
Okay, moving on from the manager, who has been your standout players this season?
Well, this is for me. Standard player would be Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford, yeah. So he's quite young right now, but he seems to me he's like a leader in the team. He's quick, he's strong, he's also young. He'll develop for sure. So I guess Marcus Rashford is like a standard player for me this season so far. But like due to his injury, I think he couldn't play a couple of games. But once he's back, we can have him playing again, and it's very good to see him. And right now, we along with Rashford, we have like Martial, Daniel James. We have pretty good like front three, and with the support of midfield, if Bruno, like he can create more for the attacking players, maybe we can score more goals, and goals gives you win, right? So let's look forward to it.
Okay, and on that also, how good has Bruno Fernandes been this season? Like since he has come, I think it has changed the landscape for the United team.
Yeah. Like I said before, Bruno, he has been very influential for the team. His impact was felt immediately. I didn't expect him to be that good because like some we have had players before where like players with like very good ability, they weren't being able to perform in Premier League because Premier League isn't that easy. When you come from other league and start playing in Premier League, you need some time to settle down, get to know your teammates. But for Bruno, it was something else. He came in. He like he looks a leader to me already. He demands the ball. He'll give you passes. He's kind of a creative player. He's a kind of player that we are missing. Because if you see, like after say Alex left, after our key players left, like Ronaldo, Paul Scholes, Giggs, and Ferdinand, Vidic, like all this kind of player, like we haven't had any proper replacement. If you see, we haven't had any replacement for Ronaldo. We haven't had any replacement for Rooney, not for Scholes, not for Ferdinand, not for Vidic. Yeah, Maguire, he's showing some promises, but I don't know. I don't know if, according to me, he's not that top quality defender like Van Dijk. But let's see if he can, like be anywhere close to Van Dijk. That would be great for United. And like I said, we haven't had replacement for Paul Scholes, right? I guess Bruno, he can do something which United is missing in the midfield. And still, like I said, we need still few players, like one good right winger, one good, holding midfield player, and maybe a striker.
Okay, but then also, as you said, United currently have scored 44 goals, which is the sixth highest in the league, and they have conceded only 30, which is the fourth best defense in the league. So you need to give some credit to the defenders too for this season.
Yeah. So, like I said, our defending it's not that bad compared to last season or season before that. We had Moino before that. Moino is known for his defense. Whichever team he goes, we see that his defense line is very good. but I don't know, for some reason when he was in United, uh, our defense wasn't that good. We used to be very shaky, like 1-0. If we are up 1-0, like we would concede a goal and maybe lose that match in the end. But you can't play a clean match all the time, right? Sometimes you got to play dirty. Sometimes you win 3-0, 4-0, 5-0. Sometimes you need to win like 1-0, right? So in that moment, you need to defend really well. If you see Liverpool this season, they haven't won all the matches like 4-0, 5-0, 6-0. Yeah, they've played really well this season. I know that they're like one of the best right now in the Premier League. And as a United fan, I should admit that it's very beautiful to watch them right now because they play really good football, which I like. And you see some of the matches, they have won only 1-0, and then in the end they win to win that match because they have very good defenders like Van Dijk. He's kind of a wall. No one can bypass him. So yeah, so it's very important like to have good defense line because some games it could be very difficult, especially the away games. So sometimes it's very important to win 1-0, and that keeps you in the like good spirit, that keeps you in the momentum.
Okay, and as I said, you like United have played 29, won 12, drawn 9, lost 8. Out of the 8 games they have lost against Crystal Palace at home, Burnley
Yeah,
at home,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
West Ham away, Newcastle away, Bournemouth away, and Watford away. These were like all winnable games when you compare like where United aspire to be. Is it like very, like, what do you say? Is it that simple to say that they do not take smaller games seriously as supposed to maybe against a City or something? They lack concentration. Is it like that?
No, I guess yeah. So far this season, if you see, we have done fantastic against like top six. We have won against City. We have drew against Liverpool, and then I think we won against Arsenal, Chelsea. Like top six, we have like won almost against all the teams. But if you see the lower teams, we haven't been able to win so much as we like to, because I guess like United, they couldn't break down in defense. First of all, they had like trouble breaking down defense, and then let's say if they would be 1-0 down, and they would find it really difficult to like put a like if they're like say if they're like 1-0 down, it would be very difficult for them to come back to the match because the opponent would start like defending really well, and they couldn't break down in defense and like score a goal or maybe score a winning goal. So that was a problem for United. And if you see the top six sides, it was like like both the teams were playing like counter attacking games. It's not that like the opponent would score 1-0 and then they would sit down. No, that wasn't the case in top six teams. I think that was the main problem for United, like breaking down defense. But as I said, like we got Bruno right now, and maybe he can help us with that. But again, like Bruno is not enough. Like he can take all the responsibility on his shoulder. He needs support for his teammates, for sure. Maybe if he can bring like one or two more like player like Bruno Fernandes or for his level, maybe we can score more goals, break down the teams, and maybe win against smaller teams.
So, like, talking of players, you said you are going to bring. You have few players who are on loan, like the likes of Alexis Sanchez, who has not been performing that well. But there's another player, Chris Smalling, who has been performing quite good at Rome. What do you think? Should they be accepted back at United, or they should sell them?
Well, if you see in the past, like we have had good players. Like we brought in Angel Di Maria, we brought in Falcao. They're like like big names. They're supposed to be like one of the best in the football. But if you see, they couldn't do really well when they were playing for United. I don't know why. Maybe it's the Premier League, or maybe they didn't get along well with the manager, or they didn't like playing in the Premier League. I don't know. I don't know what's the reason. But when they went to other club, I don't know where Faisal went. I think Di Maria is in PSG right now. He's doing really good, if you see. And then if you talk of Smalling, I never liked him as a defender. I'm sorry to say that. He looks shaky all the time. He's not that. He's not brave enough. He's not strong enough. He's not fast enough. So I feel Smalling. They should get rid of Smalling and bring in another defender. Of maybe Maguire quality, or Van Dijk quality. It's very hard to get. I know right now in the market it's very hard to get, but they have to look for those kind of defenders. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of Smalling or Jones. I don't know what they're doing in the United team. They're very below par. They should be playing for, I don't know, not even top 10 teams. So yeah, United should get rid of Smalling. And talking about Sanchez, I so admired him when he was playing at Barcelona. He was really good. He has the physical presence. He has the skills. He could score goal. He could take on players. And then I think from Barcelona he into Arsenal. At Arsenal he was playing really good. Scoring goals, giving assists, taking down players. He was really good. He was very fast. But then when he came to United, I don't know what happened to him. He couldn't perform, just like the previous big names I mentioned. So I guess Sanchez, still I don't know. Still I have faith in him. I feel that he should be given one more chance to prove himself at United. If not, maybe next season they should get rid of him. And then I also feel the reason I like Sanchez is because he has that kind of hunger in him. He has the desire to score. He has the desire to win the ball. Which is very important, because as a player, you can be lousy, you can be lazy. You need to give your 100% when you're playing for your club. Right now, if you say the current United team, almost all the players, they have the right attitude. They give their 100% for the team. But if I have to pick one player who I feel is still he's not giving his 100%, he gives his 100%, but sometimes I feel he lacks, he lacks putting that extra effort. I feel it's Martial. He doesn't do that much. I don't know why. Sometimes he feels. It seems that he's very lazy. He doesn't want to play, or maybe that's how he is. But Martial, if you're playing at, let's say he plays at number 9, right? So if you're playing at number 9, you get to do more. You're playing in that position.
Okay, speaking of high caliber players who are not performing, you have another player who was once regarded as the best in his position, David De Gea, who has not been performing extremely well this season and even in the past 2-3 seasons. This season he has 8 clean sheets and he has conceded 1.03 goals per games. And you have another player who's on loan, who's a youngster by the name of Dean Henderson in Sheffield United, who's performing extremely well. He has 10 clean sheets and conceded 0.81 goals per game and is said to be the future of English football. Do you think it's time to maybe get Dean Henderson back and maybe nurture him to be the number 1, or do you think you should go for a big keeper, or do you think you should give De Gea more time?
Well, De Gea, I don't think he's not old right now. He's quite young. I guess he's in his late 20s or early 30s, I guess. And De Gea, he made very important saves for us in the past. He's been our top keeper since Van der Sar left. He won many games for us before in the past. So yeah, I know that he he hasn't been performing really well this season. He made some like big error, which costed us, which like we ended up like drawing the match, or maybe we lost in the end. But I feel he should be given more chance because
Like
what he
you
has
see,
done.
you see in the past when you had your previous managers like Sir Alex Ferguson, or who was very ruthless when it comes to players not performing, or even you can go to the present time. You can see Liverpool how their fortunes have changed since they changed the keeper, which was basically their weak link, and now they have gone from strength to strength. So, do you think it's time to cut your losses? Because if you go for more 1-2 seasons, then maybe it will be difficult to get the amount of money that you could get for De Gea probably now.
Well, that's a bargain right now. That's a bargain, really. I'm not sure. I'm not the best person to ask. Maybe football expert or pundits. They could answer better. But I feel he should be given like one more season, and then I guess we have like another top keeper at Sheffield, right? He's doing really good. I guess David De Gea, he should be given one more season, and then if not, he should be like maybe sold to some other club. But I would say he's been one of the top player for us. He made really good saves in the past. I don't know what's happening to him right now. Hopefully, like he is back playing his best, making better saves, not making any mistakes. That's really important for us. And another thing is, you mentioned that Sir Alex Ferguson, he would blast any players, if they weren't performing. Although, he somewhat tried to replicate Sir Alex Ferguson, but Sir Alex is something else, and no one could replicate him. You can only learn from the best, but you can be the best. You can be the best if you try. But Sir Alex was something else. I guess Ole is very, he's very soft on players. He doesn't blast the players, if you're not performing or if you're making any error in the game. Maybe eventually when he's like spending more time with United, maybe he'll do that. But right now, I think what he's trying to do is trying to win. He's trying to win over the players. He's trying to gain their trust. That's what is very important for him right now, I guess. So as you see, like after the match, like I've seen, like I don't know against which team, I remember David De Gea, he made a big error, that cost us the match. But like after the match, in the press conference, he had his full support for David De Gea. So again, I feel should be given one more season, and after that, if it's not playing his best, maybe sell into other club, or maybe making number 2 choice. Yeah.
Moving from David De Gea to another high-profile player in Paul Pogba. He's being linked with a 100 million move to Juventus and also Real Madrid. What do you think about him?
Well, Paul Pogba, I don't know. Sometimes I feel sad for him because the amount of
Personally, in my opinion, I think he's the most talented player in your team.
Yeah, that's what I feel. But I guess he's been like wrongly criticized by the fans, by the pundits, and many people, because the best position for him. Okay, so according to you, what is his best position?
I don't know. I mean, like, see, whenever he plays what he played for United, I think Mourinho went to the extent of trying to accommodate him so much. Like he played with maybe a defensive player with him. He played with 2 defensive players in a 4-3-3, but he could not get the best out of Paul Pogba. Maybe what Deschamps could do in French team, right?
Yeah. So I guess like Paul Pogba, he was very wrongly handled because if you see as a manager, man management is very important. If you see under Sir Alex, he would know. Like I've heard from many ex-United player. I heard in the interview that he knew like how to get the reaction from the player. So that is one of the talent, like man management. He knew how to talk to Ronaldo. He knew how to get reaction from Rooney. He knew how to get reaction from Nani. He knew how to get reaction from Ferdinand. So I feel that was lacking from Marino. I don't know. He never had. He never supported his players. Okay, if you're not performing in one game, that's fine, because when as a player, it's not easy to perform in every single game. After all, you're a human, not a machine. So I guess like he just blasted his players. He never gave his support to the player. And with Pogba, yeah, and that time he made a big move from Juventus to Manchester United, and then fans are hoping every match he would score like 1 or 2 goals, and and all the responsibility was on his shoulder, which was wrong. And I guess Pogba, he's been very badly handled, and I guess we should keep him, not sell him. And if you see, like, after Moino left, and like how he is performing those last few matches under ShouldSolskjaer, that's the Pogba we want to see, right? So I guess he should be given chance. I guess he can form a good partnership with Bruno Fernandes, and I don't think so it's gonna be a good decision to sell him, because right now we want to build a team, not get rid of our best players. So I believe like some of the attention, like the Pogba gets, should be shifted away to someone else, and like someone else should share the responsibility. In fact, the entire team should like perform, so that you don't get any scapegoat after like losing a match. Don't just blame Pogba. Okay, he wasn't playing well, he wasn't giving his 100%, he couldn't score a goal, or he couldn't provide assist. No, that's not the way. When you're playing a game of football, you need to play the team. Like all the players should give the 100%. That's how you win, right? And right now, if you see you see Liverpool, it's not that 1 or 2 players performing. It's not Salah, it's not Mane, it's not Firmino. They're performing from the goalkeeper to the front line. Everyone is performing really well. So which is the key. If you want to win the Premier League, if you want to win matches, that's the key. You need to play as a team, and all the players should play their best.
Okay, going from one underperforming player to one player who's probably overperforming in Eden Igalo, do you think United should sign him on a permanent basis?
Well, Igalo, if you see, he gives something else. He's not that quick, or he doesn't dribble a lot, but he can be very lethal in front of the goal. Like if you give him good assist, maybe he'll score. I guess he should be giving a chance, because we don't have like that many number of strikers. So he should be kept as a backup in case if anything happens to Martial, or if anything happens to Rashford. Maybe he can be a backup for sure. So yeah, like seeing Igalo, like I've seen in his interview, and like how like he dreamed of playing for United, and like he had to push his agent to make the transfer happen to United, and there are a lot of other things. And yeah, I feel he wants to be there. He wants to play for United. That's what matters. If your player wants to play for a club, and if your player wants to give his 100%, I feel he should be given a chance, and not the player who doesn't want to play for the club and doesn't want to play for the team. He doesn't want to give his 100%. He shouldn't be in the club. Yeah. So overall, Igalo should be given a chance. I feel he's a good player, given that his age is, I guess, in his late 30s, I guess, or mid 30s. But still, he could be a good player for United, because we have good players right now, and they can support him. So I feel, he should be given a chance.
So in the next transfer window, according to you, which is the position that United need to strengthen the most?
Well, strength the most I feel is the right wing, because we never had, like, after Sir Alex left, or like the team we had under Sir Alex. After they left, we never had any good, like, a genuine right winger. To tell you, we a lot of players played in that position. Lingard, Juan Mata. Uh, Talking about Lingard, I don't know. He's a disaster, honestly. I don't know. He came. He's from the youth, I know, but he's been. I think he's been. If you see, he's like he's one of the like senior player. If you see, he's been at the United for a very long time, but he's underperforming, or I don't know. Like, the level of his football is very poor. I don't know what kind of player he is. Is he a number 10? Is he a number 7? Or is he a number 9? I don't know. I don't know what kind of player he is. So we are lacking a very good right winger. And if you can get a good right winger, I know right now we have like Danny James, but if you see, he's better on playing on the left than right. But playing on the right, he's doing pretty well. But excuse me, but still he's young right now. He's developing his game, and so we need to get a good, genuine right winger for sure.
So, on a final question for you, if you are given the chance to take one player from your rival team, which player would you choose?
Rival team, like which rival
You
team you're
have two
talking about?
rivals. Whom do you consider your biggest rival in maybe in the Premier League?
Well, people say City, but if we talk about like trophies and all, people say Liverpool. Well, I would say, yeah, Liverpool is one of our biggest rival. So right now, if I have to pick one player from Liverpool, can I pick two?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So if I have to pick like two players, I would pick what's that guy name? He plays left. Robertson. Yeah, I would pick Robertson. Uh, he just
He's like
he
a
just
player who would play. I think he would play under Sir Alex Ferguson. Like he's such a.
yeah.
He's like if for me when I see the Liverpool team right now, I see like so many players who would play under Sir Alex Ferguson.
Yeah.
The likes of you see Mane, like they like how Sir Alex would develop players like that. Like you see the right back Trent, like Sir Alex would generally in his wingers like fullbacks, he would generally have a homegrown talent most of the time.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, the reason I like love Robertson is because he every match he'll give his 100%. He runs back and forth all the time. He's not a lazy player. And I guess that guy, he doesn't have any lungs, because the way he runs 90 minutes, it just it's extraordinary. Like, and the type of service he provides is fantastic. He'll get forward, he'll defend, he'll give you a very good cross. He's physically strong, so I would love to see him at United. And the another player I would say Sadio Mane. Yeah, he's another type of player I like. He can take on players. He's very quick. He's strong. He has a desire to score goals. That's the type of player I like. And if you see, like, as you mentioned in the beginning of the show, that I'm a Rooney fan. Big diehard Rooney fan. Yeah. If you see Rooney, he's not the best player in the world, or he's not the like talented. He's not that talented, or he doesn't have the skills like Messi, Ronaldo, or some other players, right? But the thing I like about him is that like he will give his 100%. He'll do anything for the team. He'll work hard. He'll defend. He will go forward. He's ready to do anything for the team. That's what I like about the player. It's not that like you're limited to certain things. You should do your best. Like, give everything for the team. That's what I like about Rooney. It's not that like other player doesn't give, but Rooney, for me, like, I feel what he does on the field. I feel it's something like extraordinary. So in that sense, that makes him extraordinary from the players. So that's why I like him a lot.
So on that note, thank you so much, Rocky, for coming on the show and giving your perspective.
Well, thank you so much for inviting me and all the support of this show. I would say the host you have, Shubhashish, he's a fantastic guy, and he's passionate about football, and keep supporting him, and then keep supporting the show. I'm sure it's gonna be fantastic. And right now, just stay home, stay safe. That's all you can do right now. Thank you.